Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Tranquility's End. Playing on the southern side as the Death Guard, we've got Focus. Playing on the northern side as the Ynnari, we have got Yazoo55. And we'll just have a bit of a poetry corner with your vein for 2 seconds.
Show how the world was before. Over the faithless on wings they soar. Each soldier faces a different war. Thus ends the prophecy.
Thank you, Vrain. Now, fun fact, that actual little bit of poetry does give you a clue as to maybe what a Ynnari player will go for. So each little stanza, sentence, whatever you would call that, in the poem basically says, hey, if you recruit this kind of unit, then and if you recruit them all, then good things will happen. Buffs and all that stuff, I imagine. But I don't know what each of those sentences mean, so we'll see if anything happens with that. But yeah, so we've got Focus opening up some zombies, doing the usual bits of Bob's Temple of the Disease, and I do believe we went for the first company, so that's why we're seeing zombies as opposed to anything else. And we're going to see some Dark Eldar as an opening for Yazoo55, so the Warriors should be able to come out. So fairly decent anti-heavy infantry stuff. Oh, there we go, look at that. So the first part, one of the sentences was get some Warrior squad, so fair play to you. And you're able to get some Shredder rifles if they get that soul armory on the go, so very nice stuff all in all. Now what's the plan for these guys? I imagine Death Guard, we've seen plenty of Death Guard recently. Their case is just go about steady, slowly and surely. I mean, I imagine these zombies are going to be coming out to play some havoc with these Warriors, keep them at bay while things are going on. Oh, actually, hold on, we've got one Crone Sword Shard location here, and here that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, right, so all 5 are actually located in generally easily accessible areas if the Ynnari are able to capture most of the map. If they capture all 5, then they get even more buffs. That's quite exciting. But we do have some zombies going up against the Warrior squads. A little bit of damage. There's damage over time to them, and the more damage these guys do, the more difficult they are to kill. And look at the speed on these boys. It's like, what is it, 28 days later? 28 weeks later? I must say, 28 weeks later was one of the most terrifying openings to any films I've ever seen in my time. So these guys are not going to be standing around. Look, already just on the verge of death. Look at the speed. Oh my goodness, they're just like angry undead crabbers just stalking their prey. Very intense stuff. Have your brain coming along. Mr. Roberto Gelliman's girlfriend herself coming around, seeing what she can do for these guys. Got a second squad of warriors as well to see if they can show these plague zombie hordes to the back door. Which it looks like they're charging close combat. Probably not where they want to go. My goodness. These warriors not really able to escape. We do also have a Plague Lord rocking on forward, being zapped by Yvrain. Going to slow him down a little bit, doing a fair bit of damage, but he will just cruise on in. Do a little bit of a spin. Because even though he is an undead, well not undead, even though he is a Plague Lord himself, he can still spin on ice, can still do a little bit of a twirl, which is quite nice. He's going to come around and cut those guys down to a fine red ribbon. I'm also going to see a Fecklet Normal in place just outside this listening outpost. And the zombies are still, I mean, they've still got 7 models in their squad. Very little damage being done to them, so we're going to have to see the Ynnari pull off some serious maneuvers. Don't know if Warriors were the way forward here. I mean, okay, yeah, you solved the first part of the prophecy, but don't know. Maybe some close combat oriented. Maybe Howling Banshees might actually be useful against these guys. Although in saying that, they are a bit of a glass cannon, so hard to really say. But the Plague Lord is being shown the bad stuff. We're now also seeing some shooty bits on this listening post, but the Fecklet Normal has been put up, and the Plague Marine squads are rocking and rolling. Second zappy bit going down on him, so very short cooldown time on that dude, and he is being killed. And now all these warriors need to be just running around in this area, and the listening outpost should slowly but surely kill them. Just look at the size difference between the fragile Ynnari and these big, chunky Plague Marines. Yeah, these guys don't miss arm day or leg day. Well, they don't need to, I suppose, with all those pustules and boils are growing underneath their armour. Benny Hill going on over on this side still. The Fecklet Normal able to resist a lot of the incoming damage from the listing post, so that guy will be standing there for quite some time. Probably else could be repaired by the Boxwalker Slave should they choose. Got some Storm Guardians over here that are not having a great time against the Nurgle cult. So actually, we're really struggling in Tier 1 here. They should be right in Tier 2, as, I mean, to be fair, when they get into Tier 2 and they've got lots more options to go, because obviously you get the Dark Eldar, you get the regular Eldar, you get the Harlequins, so once they unlock Tier 2, they've got a lot more options to go with them. And actually, You've already been able to snipe off that Poxwalker slave there, so Speckle and Normal shall be taken down gradually. Plague Marines firing away. And to be fair, as well, the Ynnari, every time they lose a model, they also gain souls. So actually, your models dying for the Ynnari isn't the worst thing in the whole wide world. It is a free resource that you can use to tech up and stuff. But that is a significant amount of Plague Marines. And these Dark Eldar are not going to be standing all that well against them. We're going to turn their attention to the listing post over here. Down this side, we do have the Warriors still running away from the same 7 Plague Zombies. Though we do have a couple being stuck on the pathing over here. Not entirely sure which way they're going to go. They've got a gift repository. Skill favours to further increase the damage, but still tier 1 for these guys. Plague Lord has been reconvened, and yeah, these guys are just going to die. It's a little slap and tickle from these Plague Zombies, and that is them. More or less brown bread. Although this guy's standing up a little bit firmer. He's doing alright. So it looks like it to be more like the actual ticking of the poison that does more damage than the actual zombies themselves. So very interesting. Intéressant, as the French would say. We have one very brave Burnsinger just playing the pipe, playing the fiddle, as Rome burns. But the listing post just shooting off a lot of the incoming damage. Probably want to focus that Burnsinger down at some point. We're going to play Lord. We'll spot him. Or her. Oh, never mind. We'll also ignore him. Or her. Fair enough. The Poxwalker slave comes back over to re-repair that dude. Double Warriors over on this side. Also going to see a Grav platform anticipating some Argybargy Soul Armory on the way for the Ynnari. And yet to have a sniff around these Crone Sword Shard locations. Although I suppose they've got a bigger problem on their footsteps, haven't they? On their doorstep, sorry. Second Feckle Normal being spawned by the original, the OG. Big Daddy Tree. And now a baby tree. But surrounded by poison and stuff. Not great for them. So current economy is 92 and 20 compared to 86 and 20. But counter-attack and offensive over on this side. Plague Zombies still just ignoring everyone. They don't care. They're not going to die. They've had a lot of time to gain additional tankiness. They're just going to chase around these guys. Thankfully, there's now 2 of them. So they will be able to shoot at them as they are being... Oh, what would the term be? Buried around? Yanked around? Oh, well, they're falling down now. And that's the main thing. They cannot reinforce. So every time they lose a model, that's it. And double Grav platforms, as well as some shooty bits on listing post. Gonna keep these guys at bay. Another tree. Oh my goodness, it's like... Oh, what? Circle of Hell is the forest on. You know the forest. I can't actually describe the forest in detail because YouTube will demonetize this video. But you know the one I mean. The animated film of Dante's Inferno. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Every single... Well, I think the film's like broken up into like 4 or 5 parts. Every single part is done by a different animator. It's very, very interesting. And it's not exactly a faithful retelling of the original writing, but it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good, all things in consideration. Of one Crone Sword Shard location being capped as the Death Guards slowly make their way over. Now, they've already got this place on lockdown, already got 3 trees defending it, so they can leave this place alone and they'll start going around and start defending this place. Ynnari now also going to come down over this way and start attacking the Death Guard base proper. And these places are not very well defended, actually. Not upgraded, so they are actually quite soft for the Eldari to go down and strike. Storm Guardians will run away. Not the most nimble of the Eldar. I do quite like their walk, though. It's more like a prance, if anything. They're skipping through some woodland area. It's very nice. But managing to get one listing post down, going for that decap as well. So actually, although the Death Guard have got a fair bit of money saved up, which I assume they're saving up for tier 2. Oh, they are in tier 2. So they've got that malignant plague caster. Plague Lord being slowed down by Yvrain, trying to spaff on himself, and he does manage it to heal himself, but also dies. Well, the malignant plague caster AoE damage, scaring these guys away. They've done their damage though. Oh, actually, they've seen another undefended area, so they might go for that. But then again, oh, the trees they tend to die after a while. When they spawn a new tree, there's like a limit on how long the OG tree lives for before it dies again. This one's about to spawn another one. Tell about a little loading bar there. And they are focusing on the tree first. Can they kill it before it spawns another one? That's the question. They just about manage it. There we go. Pruning the garden, as it were, as another listing post goes down. It's very nice stuff. We've got a second squad of plague zombies in the oven, ready to come out. Might not be as efficient as previous, but if they can keep the Dark Eldar running about and stuff, it's not the worst situation for them. When they're running, they are not firing, and that is all the Death Guard really want. God, the accuracy on that Malignant Playcaster, really, really impressive. Doesn't do an incredible amount of damage, but the AoE, and considering that these guys have a very small health pool, we'll certainly be feeling it after a while. Got another tree gone down, so the Ynnari's flanks are safe. And for Warp Generator, that Soul Armory has been finished. We're not seeing much else. Have we got a bit of a flirt for you? No, we don't. We're seeing... Ah, I see, because you've spent it all on the now newly fledged Webway support portal. What would be the vehicle of choice here? Now, you've got 2 infantry units, so I assume a blooming... Oh, I always forget the name of it. The transport vehicle for the nice Eldar, for the friendly Eldar. Falcon Graviton, that's the one. Oh my, it's like deja vu. It happens every single episode. I can never remember what it's called. The floaty tank. That's what I'll call it from now on. But there we go. They're going to come forward. They've got their shredder rifles now, so that should do a fair bit of damage. But a significant explosion. A grenade going off there, killing a good amount of... Well, almost getting squad wiped there. But your brain keeping these guys at bay with another zap or 2. We are seeing a Craft World add-on. Yes, it's going to be the flirty tanky Madoodad. Over on this side, we've got some Storm Guardians going toe-to-toe. Synchronized jumping. Oh, that's nice. Nothing quite like a bunch of guys who can dance in tune with each other. Oh, it's like a nightclub. Like a nightclub, but smells a bit worse. Which I suppose like most nightclubs, really, isn't it? An extra tree being popped up as the Plague Havocs are out. Only 1 squad at the moment. Oh, no, never mind me. That's 2 squads. As per usual. Oh, never mind. We've got the War Walker, the most ridiculous looking... I mean, what's going on here? The Eldari, known for their sleek design, it's like shit kangaroo, but it can't kick anything. I suppose that's what's a shit kangaroo, really, but... I mean, I like it, but in a derpy kind of way. It's like a Sentinel Scout Walker, but just a bit raggy, if that makes any sense whatsoever. We've got the whole blooming legion of Death Guard over here. And they'll cut through this listening outpost very quickly with those Plague Havocs. And actually, going for something so light and low armoured against this amount of anti-vehicle stuff, not sure if it's the way forward. I'm just way forward indeed. We're going to see some swooping hawks. Here they come. They've got the swooping hawk Exarch on the way. Very high DPS, but very low health. They've got going to move back a bit. They've got a tribulation mound for summoning demons and whatnot. They're coming for the defense. So Death Guard not quite confident enough to push in. They could push in if they really wanted to, but these guys quite nimble, and they could probably push in and destroy a lot of this undefended stuff. To see a 3rd Plague Lord being summoned forth. He's just not having a great time, is he? Dying swift and nimble. Storm Guardians here, not surviving. The Zombers are back out. And it's just a big old mosh pit ready and waiting to happen. Ready to come on in. War Walker. Not been upgraded with any Star Cannons left, alright. Go for one or the other. The gift repository will be taken down. Thankfully, they've already got a fair bit of upgrades. Oh my goodness, hold on. They've put a Dark Elder on. Are they going to go for Talos? I hope they go for Talos. I don't know what Talos will do in this situation, but who knows? It's just always a treat to see a Talos, you know? I'm going to rebuild the gift repository down over on this side, as the Death Guard will take so long to maneuver over on this side. Well, that's something I've neglected to mention, really, is that the Death Guard have to play a little bit more defensive, in the sense that they can't really react to any of the Eldar stuff, because, I mean, they're just blooming fast, aren't they? Plague Zombies are trying to cut them off, but they won't be alive for very long. But they've at least, I don't know, bothered them a little bit. Plague Zombies looking to try and get back up, but no friends near them, so they will die. Oh, who are you? You are... Ah, foul blight spawn. Oh, that's what came out of the tribulation mound. These guys just wreck face. Quick in the break of morale. Got incredible grenades to throw. Look at that, just one grenade killing those things and also doing a serious amount of damage to the listening post. So if we saw all 3 grenades going off, that would have been an entire area and maybe a couple of squad wipes there. But Yazoo55 not too keen on seeing any more of those foul blight spawns coming out. We'll see one. Now if you could just throw a grenade right here, there we go, 1 grenade being thrown in. And that is just a lot of damage done to these lightly armoured troops. Yeah, if that was 2 grenades there, that would have been almost an entire army gone. You do not want to stand your units very close to each other when those boys are coming out to play. A significant amount of Burnsingers coming out to rebuild the stuff that they've lost. Plague Havocs with just melter guns and rockets. 1 warrior standing alone in this world, but sent screaming to Slaanesh. Well, I suppose Dark Eldar don't, do they? They don't instantly get sent to Slaanesh, do they? They kind of, the soul lingers in the body for a little bit. Oh, some lasagna being thrown on the floor last minute. But yeah, their souls, from what I understand, their souls linger in the bodies for a little bit, and you can take like a toe or a finger or a little bit of DNA and rebuild them, and the soul just kind of latches onto the newly formed body. But I could be wrong. In fact, I don't think I'm wrong. I'm fairly certain of it, in fact. But I could, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, we've got Talos coming in. Here we go. 4 population. So that's a big, hefty cost. 200 blue, 300 green. But can a Ynnari Talos do something useful? That is my question. Look at the size of him. He's a big boy. And he is ready to do some nonsense. Like avoiding combat entirely. There we go. Proud and brave. Never mess with this. Love it. Absolutely love it. These guys are going to wreck face. These guys down here are going to attempt to wreck face. Well, that's a lot of Swooping Hawks. And even though they're technically not anti-vehicle or anti-building, they'll have no problem whatsoever cutting through all of this stuff. So it's a bit of a base trade at the moment. Lose the aspect portal. Also losing the webway support portal as well. Do we have any burns? The Burnsingers are coming down here, so they might be able to rebuild some stuff over on this side. Very risky plays there. About to lose their introduction here. So yeah, just a full base wipe for these guys. We'll need to build something. Unit recruiting at some point. There we go. Going to rebuild that down here. Setback is tier 1 though, but I suppose it's not the worst thing. Considering they might be able to do the exact same to focus here. Killing all those box walkers. Do you have any more builders there? That's the question. You've got one survives. You'll be able to rebuild on this side. Oh, it's just a swap. My goodness, it's like, yeah, you know what they thought about themselves, right? We don't like this side of the map. We're going to just casually set ourselves down over here. The Talos getting to work. Cutting the infection point, 2 ribbons. So we're being reset to tier 1 for both sides. It's a very rare occurrence where anything like this happens. I've got an Eggle Dreadnought. Don't see this guy often. It's a nice little horn on his head. Very cool. Very nifty and nimble. Now, so, Chaos Dreadnoughts, right? Normally, because they've been basically shoved inside a Dreadnought, they're not having a great time, are they? They're usually in pain. Their usual only focus is, please kill us, we don't want to exist anymore, this is hell, let us die, and throw us into combat. But Nurgle Dreadnought, are they kind of okay with it? Because I imagine they probably don't feel much pain, or if they do, they kind of enjoy it. Just a food for thought there. Food for thought indeed. Yeah, both sides being firmly slapped around, although the introduction is a little bit more out in the open. So the Ynnari a little bit, how would one say, a little bit bare in the open, if that makes any sense. They do have 2 Crone Sword Shard locations though, so they can pop some listening posts on top of these and upgrade them, so there's like basically 3 turrets going on here, if they really want. Well, the economy's at the moment then, 41 and 0, compared to 60 and 0, but both players have got a lot of money to spend in this engagement. In fact, actually very low economy, so I mean, DevGuard probably want to start building stuff, but they've only got 2 box walkers at the moment, and they need to build this up ASAP. Whereas these guys have got a fair few burn singers, so they can actually rebuild a lot quicker. And with their army composition at the moment, oh, I mean, that's the thing though, like, they've got vehicles, they've got a lot of swooping hawks, but the Death Guard are quite resistant. And they've also got the Plague Lord, which is able to bring down a big AoE heal on all these guys, and also a Nurgle Dreadnought. So they've got stuff that can basically keep these guys on the move, something to keep the Talos back if they want to. And also any vehicles will be double penged by the Plague Havocs. Well, it's going to kick off. The Swooping Hawks moving forward. Into position. Talos, oh no, he's going in first. He's doing something noble. I'll go at least get one kill. Just do it for us. Nope, never mind. Doesn't even get a swipe. He managed to do a little bit of damage to a building, and that's about it. Well, it's standard play for a Talos, isn't it? As long as we saw him, that's the main thing. Course will come down in a spot where all this stuff is going on. Swooping Hawks spot the opportunity, and any kind of squad wipes they can get at this point is going to be a major boon for them. Although now the infection point is back up, they will be able to rebuild those cultists. I imagine that these Swooping Hawks, they can keep anyone from building stuff down here, and then any kind of argy-bargy that comes around this way, they can jump over and stop anything from being built over here. So maybe it's just a case of containing the Death Guard for now while they rebuild back into Tier 2. Going for a Webway Spot Portal, rebuilding their Dark Eldar and regular Eldar Craftworld add-ons, Webway gates and all that stuff. And yeah, at the moment, considering that the Death Guard have got that amount of economy compared to... Oh, actually, I don't know. Death Guard have got a fair bit more in the way of blue flirt, but the Ynnari have got the bigger economy, but almost double the blue income. So what's the plan then? Sacristan. Going to build another introduction down here, just in case this one's a little bit indefensible. Going to get a You Need Arises. The tier... Would that be tier 3? Question mark? Or does it just continue? Is it because you researched it once? Oh, maybe it's because since they researched it once, that's it. I think. Maybe. Who knows? Either way, they're doing things, they're doing stuff. Temple of Disease being rebuilt. No, I'm fairly certain they're still in tier 1. Oh no, of course they're in tier 2 because Webway Spot Portal's here. Ignore everything I'm saying. I'm tired, leave me alone. It's an unusual scenario, you don't normally see this. They never taught us what to do in caster school, way back when. And I got my casting degree. They never prepared us for scenarios like this. Just goes to show that education doesn't really prepare you for life, does it? Here comes the Plague Marines. They're looking for some revenge. They want their homeland back. You could take your land, but you can't take ours. That's the rules. And here they come. Listing post firing away as the Plague Havocs get into position. Once these guys are in position, they will be able to take down this listing post. Lickety split. Look at that. One volley, 2 volleys, and you're done. Over here we've got the War Walkers trying to avoid those Plague Havocs and focusing on these Nurgle cultists. Quite like it, then. It's not throwing this one away. What's going on over here? Oh, we've got the... Oh, his squad's been slapped around by the Nurgle Dreadnought. Not sure if you want your Nurgle Dreadnought all the way over there. Maybe it'd be an idea to bring him down this side. But then again, I suppose the Swooping Hawks would kill him quite quickly. That's a lot of Swooping Hawks, though. What, 9, 18, 27? I've got a Death Jester as well, so... Incredible amounts of range damage on the incoming here. Yeah, maximum of 3 Death Jesters in one squad. Very, very fragile. Even more so than the Swooping Hawks, but they bring out a significant amount of DPS that can rip their way through most infantry and heavy infantry. And the Death Guard are going to be really careful here. Because if the Ynnari are out of position, they can always very quickly just jump out of it. Whereas these guys, if they're caught out of position, that's it. They're done. Because these guys can then basically follow them all the way back home. Going to prepare themselves with a Fecund Normal, which is actually a really good idea. So I've got a little nexus to surround. A little defensive lich pin, if you will. I've rebuilt the Soul Armory. More warp generators on the go. Going to go for a Razor Wing jet fighter. Limiter 1. We're quite powerful aircraft all the same. These guys just smoking some shisha as they wait. We don't get to see Death Chest often. Have a look at their models really quick. They're quite cool, aren't they? Quite nifty. Yeah. Nothing scary yet than a skull mask and confetti. But I quite like that. It's constantly firing at these guys. These guys are shrugging the damage off, and then just knock these guys back, doing a significant amount of damage in turn to them. Warriors crocking on with the assault over on this side. Slowly whittling that place down. Got a turret demon, or daemon, just in case any argy-bargy comes around on that side. A little bit of a standoff. Whoever wins this next engagement basically wins. Oh, we've got Chaos Dreadnought just waltzing in. But the Razor Wing jet fighter will spot him, and then decide to start firing at him. The Nurgle Dreadnought doesn't care one iota. He's got his multi-melter, and he's looking for that introduction, giving them the old uppercut. Death Jesters will come over. They are going to upgrade themselves with some Bright Lances. And the Nurgle Dreadnought kind of been thrown away here. They are bringing back one Death Jesters squad. So this is now the opportunity for the Plague Marines to sprout forth. Malignant Plaguecaster looking like it was firing on the introduction. Wants to focus on these Hawks. There we go. Lots of AoE damage coming in from that caster. Jumping Hawk's going to jump over, but we'll jump right next to the Feckle Null Maul. Will have AoE damage been done to them over time. Almost one squad. There we go. One squad wipe for them done, but the Plague Havoc's been sorted out. Lots of repositioning going on here. I see what they're doing there. They're trying to focus those Plague Havocs. Trying to constantly get on those back lines. But not quite able to withstand the Death Guard as they go about. Lost all the jumping juice now. The Death Jesters. Oh, we've got some Trueborn. Oh, the Trueborn, my goodness, yeah. Those guys, floating capes. Lots of DPS coming from those guys. Let's kill all these guys, but Swooping Hawks seem to have been having another squad wipe going on there. So it's a bit tit for tat at the moment. Plague Lord goes down. Plague Havoc's about to kill this Razor Wing jet fighter if they are allowed to, being left to their own business. Not sure why we haven't seen any more of those foul blight spawns. They would have been amazing in this engagement, considering how close packed those infantry squads were. The Null Maul goes down. Plague Marines slowly whittled down. Are you replacing your stuff? You have gone for some bot flies. Okay. There's a lot of Bright Lances. You need something else as well. Going to replace those Plague Havocs. Plague Havocs though weren't exactly surviving very well against the Swooping Hawks. Yeah, very surprised that we're not seeing those blight spawns. I mean, all this lightly armoured infantry would have more or less been melted straight away by those dudes if you went for them. Then again, some people do see them as a bit cheesy, as a bit OP, so maybe it's a gentleman's agreement not to go for them. After all, I do believe that this is the third game that we've seen these guys play against each other, with Focus playing as the Death Guard. So if anything, recently we've seen a really good display of what the Death Guard could do in the early to mid-game. Not seen much in the way late game for them. But that's fine, that's okay. We've got a Desecrator. Not terrible, and actually, quite a decent idea, all things considered. There's a lot of AoE damage. We'll force them back. Now we're building up some Plague Zombies, more bot flies. The Trueborn over here, and just look at these models. I think they're spectacular. I mean, red and green, maybe not the best colour scheme for them, but stand still, man. Look at them. Just the plumage, the spikes, the glowing baleful eyes. Very nice stuff. These guys have come over here. They've spotted the Plague Zombies. Cut them down. Yeah, it seems like Focus is throwing everything and the kitchen sink at them. I mean, do you have much money left? You don't have... I like how we swap to the Death Guard, we'll go down to the Eldar base. Doesn't have a lot of money compared to the Eldari, which just have unlimited money at the moment. The last hurrah for the Death Guard, I imagine, then. Seeing what they could do. Maybe just trying to take something, anything down. As they throw their rockets into the introduction. The Swooping Hawks quick on the mark. Bringing them down. No questions asked. More Plague Zombies coming from the river. And that is all she wrote. So it's not every day that you see a literal base trade, but, you know, it's always fun to see it when you do. And yeah, I think, like I say, Blight Spawn, that would have solved all your problems there, young man. Or failing that, I mean, yeah, we saw the Nurgle Dreadnought come down here and do a little bit of stuff. Dragged a couple of those Death Jesters away. And when those Death Jesters rejoined the battle, that was when it was really over for the Death Guards. So maybe committing more of your resources down here, but I suppose the economy for them wasn't nearly good enough. Maybe you should have held back a little bit and built up more of your listing person, upgrading them a little bit more before committing to an engagement like that. But hey ho, such is the way of things. Thank you for sending that game into the Discord, Yazoo. And if you want to spot channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there's also a Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. I've been Mr. Lunchshark. Pleasure's always never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.